Alright, the video cut off. I have no idea where it cut off, so I might have to piece together this a little bit. I think what all got in there was, but I'm really not sure when it stopped, was that she was born and the cord detached from the placenta. And my doctor had to go in after it and get it by hand. Later we were informed that it wasn't just like it broke off or she pulled too hard or anything like that. Apparently cords are normally attached in the middle of a placenta. Well, hers was attached more at the edge of the placenta. And then not only that, normally when they're attached like very much at the base of the cord. Well, hers was not attached at the base at all. It was actually only blood vessels attaching the whole cord to the placenta. So it was like the base of the cord, was like out here, and it was just blood vessels, which made it very fragile. And they said that she was pretty much a miracle baby to have even made it full term, because there's a good chance just throughout the pregnancy she could have herself grabbed a hold of the cord and pulled it. Had she it wrapped around any part of her, it could have caught just enough tension and pulled it. During delivery, it could have pulled it. Any number of things. And they said that if it would have pulled off, she would have hemorrhaged out so fast that even if I was in the hospital, hooked up to monitors, and they would have noticed a drop, by the time they would have rushed me to the OR and gotten her out, she just would have hemorrhaged out and died. There would have been nothing they would have been able to do to stop it. So when they put it in perspective like that, I don't know how I didn't start bawling right on the spot, but I know I was shaking because I just look at her and she's so perfect, and we've wanted her for so long, and I have so much love for her, and I just can't imagine if something would have happened to her. It just makes me really sad to think about what could have happened and just how precious such a little life is and how it all came about, and she made it. She made it through all that and beat all those odds we didn't even know were out there that were obviously against her the whole time. And just kind of, I don't know, it means that much more to us that she's here and is perfect. Once she was born, my hospital very much encourages skin-to-skin contact, so they put her on me for an hour, and she wasn't, they don't allow anybody else because medically she was fine. The only reason they would have taken her away was if she would have needed to be rushed off to the NICU or something. They said we could have visitors come in, so we were selfish for a while and said, no, we didn't want any visitors. And that's more what they recommend, is no visitors during that time. But finally, we knew our family was really anxious, so we let them come back at some point in that hour, and then they all knew they wouldn't get to hold her. Well, then the nurse finally came in after that hour and weighed her and took her length, because at that point we didn't know, so everybody's asking how long she is, how much she weighed, and we're like, we don't know. So she weighed in at 7 pounds, 0.05 ounces, so basically just a 7-pound baby even, and she is 21 inches long. So she's long and lean. Yeah, it was really hard to let other people hold her that first day. I just wanted to snuggle her all evening myself. But we had decided we were going to breastfeed, and she took to the breast right away. Well, not for a couple hours, but once she did, she nursed for a full hour and did really good. Since then, we've had our struggles. It's not been easy. Breastfeeding did not come naturally to, I think, either one of us, but we're trying to make it work. I will probably make another video about that and since she's been born, more like what life has been like. This is more just to let you know that she's here, let you see her. I will include pictures so you can see her a little better than probably this video is showing, and let you know how labor and delivery went. One kind of funny instance was during when I was just starting to push. The doctor was like, she's got a lot of hair. And my first question was, what color is it? Because I was so concerned of what color of hair she was going to have. I pictured her with dark hair the whole pregnancy. And then reality was that since I was a bald baby and Clint had blonde hair as a baby, that she was probably going to be bald or blonde, or Clint even has some red in his goatee, so I even figured red. And the doctor's like, oh, it's really dark. It looks really dark. So Clint looked down and he's like, oh yeah. And his reaction to the hair was so funny. Like afterwards, hearing him tell about the hair, he was like, you would push, so her head would come out, you know, a little bit, and then when you weren't pushing, it would go back in. So he's like, and she said, you got these long, long tufts of dark hair back there. He's like, so you'd have these long tufts of like black hair hanging out your hoo-ha as in between pushes. And so I just am getting this visual, and we laugh about it because it's pretty funny how long her hair is back there, and that was probably just, you know, just sticking out. That's the only thing you could see. But I was so excited to hear she had dark hair, and yeah. But yeah, she's just perfect, and I'm enjoying every minute with her. I don't like putting her down, and she's pretty dependent on me, so she, I think, is getting spoiled and doesn't want to be put down, but that's why I haven't made a video, because I don't really have time to. She's sleeping good right now. See if you can't see her. She's still a little peanut. She lost a lot of weight after being born, but there she is. I just absolutely love her. Love everything about her, and just enjoying her so much. I probably could go on and on about the labor and delivery and how great my nurse was, and just, oh, I didn't talk about pushing, but it was just a peaceful experience. It was just, we had the lights down low, and just the overhead lights that come down for the doctor to see, and it was just the doctor, our favorite nurse, and Clint at first, and me, and we're just pushing, and since I had that epidural, I could talk in between contractions, and just, oh, it was so peaceful, and not what I expected it to be like whatsoever. I would definitely get the epidural again, possibly even sooner than I did. And then when it was really time for her to come, they just brought in the nursery staff, and so a couple more nurses, and out she came. It was just an awesome experience, and I know most women say right after their labor and delivery, that day or the next day, it's too fresh. You ask them if they want another kid, and they want to go through it again, and they're like, absolutely not. I don't feel that way whatsoever. I would have said then, go through it a million more times if it meant a million more hers, so I would absolutely do it. I did tear in 2 spots. Our hospital doesn't believe really in doing a episiotomy if they don't see necessary anymore. They feel tearing is better, it's more natural healing process. And so I had 2. I don't know how many stitches. I didn't ask because I really didn't want to know. It seemed like she was stitching a lot. Since then, I'm pretty amazed. It's not that bad. I've not been that sore. I'm healing nicely, it feels like. The swelling's gone down. My belly is going down. I saw her pediatrician. We took her to on Tuesday, so she was 8 days old, so yesterday, and she's doing great, but it's also my just regular physician, and she was concerned about me because they weighed me and I'm back down to 115, so I've lost 17 pounds already, and I'm only really like 7 or 8 pounds away from my pre-pregnancy weight, and she said that's too much too quick, and she said I just look too thin. So I'm supposed to eat tons of protein and just pack on the pounds, and she wants me about 5 pounds heavier right now. So I go back tomorrow to be checked by her and just see how I'm doing. So hopefully things are looking better. I feel good overall. A little hazy, like my mind is a little foggy, it seems like. Like I said, I know we've got a lot of breastfeeding issues, but I'll try to talk about that more in another video. And I'll quit my rambling, but here she is. So I appreciate all the comments and all the well wishes I've had. I know a lot of you guys have been curious to know what's going on with us. So I'm going to get this up for you guys so you don't have to wait any longer. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, there's Catalina in her swing. I know I was always interested in seeing postpartum belly shots, so I'm going to try to keep track. It's for my own sake too, to see where I then and now and everything in between. So hopefully I'm in. But so this is me 9 days postpartum. This is a nursing tank top I had, and I still got my belly band on, which is apparently inside out, but that happens. So this is my belly in front. Ignore that. The skin is tightening. It's not tight by any means. My belly button has completely changed, and I have a feeling will never be the same. It's like all wide and open. It used to be nice and cute and tight, but whatever. So this is me at 9 days postpartum. It's a lot flatter than I thought it would be, and it was out to like there right after delivery, and you know, every day it's kind of been shrinking down more and more. I have a ways to go, but I'm pleased with it being just a week past, so that's that.